Hey guys, RPM here. Hope y'all doing well and having a really great day. In this video, I need to change the thermal pads and I guess, yeah, redo the thermal paste on this MSI RTX 3080. This is a non-LHR Ventus 3 model graphics card. I've had this for over, I think almost a year now. And I have been struggling with the thermal temperatures on this graphics card. It is constantly at 110 C. It's now at 108, but you can see normally I can get 100 mega hash on this, and over time it has gone down to like 92, 87, 85 mega hash, as the memory on this thing is quite bad. It gets really hot, and so this has, yeah, Micron GDDR6X memory, 10 gigabytes, RTX 3080, and you can see there, look at that, 42 degrees on the core, which is quite cool. But then when it comes to the memory temperature, 110 on Micron is not good. That is really bad. So I need to change the thermal pads, and how I'm gonna do that is with the help of Kritical Thermal Pads. They have sent me a whole, like, this is a custom GPU set kit, 20 watts per meter Kelvin, and this is specifically for the MSI Ventus X3 model. Okay, so we're gonna try it out in this video and see what the difference is. I'm definitely expecting it to help with the memory temps, and then I can get 100 mega hash on this graphics card. So Kritical Thermal Pads, thank you so much. I am gonna try this out in this video, and they also sent me some other ones as well. The Gigabyte Eagle Vision Gaming Edition one. I do have one that I do need to change, so that'll be for another time. And then they also sent me a Asus TUF 3080 or 3080 Ti version custom GPU set. So that is pretty awesome. I am excited to try this out. So my friends, we're gonna take that GPU out, we're gonna put it on the table here, and I'm gonna record the whole step of the way, and we're gonna see how easy this is with Kritical Thermal Pads. Let's go. Quick pause. This video is sponsored by themeterbox.com. If you guys are interested, link down below. There is an ongoing giveaway right now that's happening till the end of this month. If you decide to purchase one of these boxes, every $5 goes towards a giveaway for a RX 6600, and there's going to be 2 of them being given away thanks to the Hobbyist Miner and I and the Meterbox collaborating together for this giveaway. So thank you so much, guys. Enjoy. Link down below. Okay, here is the Ventus X3 3080 non-LHR, and first impression of this graphics card. I don't know if you guys can see this in the video, but it's, look at that. Look at this, look at all this oil. Oh man. Black, my finger's black. Oh, look at that. Oil at the very bottom here. I don't know if this video does justice, but I would say the thermal pads from MSI, the initial thermal pads on this thing are horrible. Alright, so let me go ahead. Before I open this, I just wanted to open the Kritical Pads custom GPU set. Okay, I just wanted to see what it looks like, and so we basically don't have to do any cuts. Oh, wow, look at that. It looks, oh, it comes in a like a plastic sheave already, and then it has all the pre-cut thermal pads for every single. Looks like it kind of dropped and it went all around in shipping, but you can see all the different sizes here. That's awesome. I don't have to cut anything, so I don't need my cutter anymore. So that's great. Okay, so let's go ahead now, and let me just quickly, we'll do a time lapse of taking this apart. Let's go. Alright guys, it's all taken apart and you can see there's a lot of oil from the stock MSI pads here. Really bad. And I'm gonna have to clean up all the dirt here, all the oil off of the PCB here. And you can see all the stock thermal pads here, which we are all going to replace with these lovely pre-cut Kritical Pads. I love this. This is actually very thoughtful and you don't need to spend a bunch of time cutting each piece, measuring all that stuff. This is actually pretty awesome. Alright guys, give me some time. I'm gonna clean all this up and then we'll apply the thermal pads. Be right back. Okay, I cleaned it up the best I could. Looks really good. I used isopropyl alcohol and some tissues. So first thing I'm gonna do now is I'm going to match up the current thermal pads on the back plate, and I'm gonna apply the new Kritical Pads on the back first, and then I will take these out once I match it up over here, and then I'll clean this up and then I'll paste it on, and then we'll do the other side. You know what? I'm just gonna line them all up, then I can just do eye level and see which pads are the thickest. I can see on the back plate here, these are definitely like 2.5 or 3 mil. Definitely on the back here. So I'm gonna have to use the thick pieces for sure. So this one is too long. Actually, I'm gonna do this one here. Yeah, that one kind of works. Get a little bit longer on that one. Ah, this one right here. This one's gonna fit right here. Yep, that's perfect. And then the other side is gonna be this guy, because it's the same 3 mil thickness over here, but it's not quite long enough, but that's okay. That is okay. We're gonna leave these like that. Now we're gonna do the memory pads on the back, and I see that we're gonna have to use one little, ooh. Oh, these might not be thick enough actually. Let's see. Oh no, okay, yeah, I think that's good. Yeah, that's good. So that one's gonna go for the memory pad on this guy. And now we're gonna need one for this side, like that. And then we're gonna need the back. Now let's see, are these all the same? Let me just take these out just to make sure. Yeah, these are all the same thickness. So the back ones here are gonna go, yeah, one right there, and another one right here. Okay, that's it. That's it for the back. So let me go ahead and take off all the plastic and apply it to the GPU. Give me one sec. Look at how much oil and black stuff that came from the back plate. After I took out the original thermal pads, they were so oily. It was so bad. So make sure you clean your back plates and PCB once you add in the new thermal pads. Okay guys, so now I'm just going to add on the back plate here and make sure we lock in the existing thermal pads onto here. Okay, so just like that. Alright, squish down you don't need to squish it down too much, I think. I will let the screws do all the pushing, so we're gonna face that down like this. Now I want to screw in the one screw that I had to take out, which I believe was right. Yeah, this was the one right here. Okay, so as we screw in the other screws, it will tighten the back plate, obviously. Okay, so now we gotta do the front, guys. Here we go. This is the fun part. Oh, and when you put on the back plate, gotta make sure that this I/O bracket goes in between here, like so. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, there we go. Make sure it's in between, because we do have another piece that we need to put on later when we put this thing back together. Okay, so now let's go ahead. We need to follow this side, alright, of the heatsink. So I'm going to just match up on the critical pads on this side. Okay, so you know what? Let me just let me do that real fast here. All right, take a look at that. All the pieces are in. It was pretty tedious to take off all the little plastic pieces, but yeah, take a look at that. This is the original. You guys can see here. So now it's time for me to take out all of the stock thermal pads and just clean up this whole heat sink, because there's a lot of oil coming from here as well. So let me do that right now. Be right back. Okay, looks clean, but there was an issue for me, and I don't know if this is going to happen with other people as well. The stock thermal pads, like these long pieces here, for not the flat surfaces, but like the aluminum or copper fins here, you can see that there's still remnants of the existing stock thermal pads right there. And for the life of me, I could not get this off. It's literally hard stuck in there, as well as these small ones here, and over here. You guys probably have a lot of stuff to say in the comments, but I tried really hard to get these stock ones out. I'm not too worried about these ones. I'm more so worried about the chips for the memory, I guess here, and really, that's it. Okay, now, time to put this bad boy all together, and actually we have to add some thermal paste now, and I realized I ran out of MX5, so I only have Arctic Silver 5 I'm going to use for the GPU. So let's apply that now, and then I'm going to add the GPU on and screw in all the screws, and then we're going to see what mega hash it is. Alright guys, so let's do a time lapse. Oh, one more thing actually. There was one more extra thermal pad here, and it's kind of thin, and I don't know where this goes. I didn't see anywhere in the back, and there isn't anywhere in the front here, so I'm guessing this is extra. I do see one little spot here, but you know what? Yeah, sure. Let's put it right there, and we'll see what happens. Actually, what if this side is on this side? Nope. Maybe. Nope. No, I'm gonna say it's this way. Yeah, I made sure. I copied the other side, so there's the single memory chip here. Yeah, we're okay. Let's see how that works. This is not gonna touch the metal. This is not gonna touch that metal plate anyway, so I'm just gonna leave this out. Alright guys, let's go. Time lapse. Okay, moment of truth. Let's go plug it in, guys. And one quick thing, I tightened it way too tight on one of these screws, and a plastic piece came off of the backplate right there. Can you guys see that? Right here. I've never had that before. This is like plastic plastic backplate, MSI, too cheap. Alright guys, be right back. I'm gonna plug it in my test bench. Okay, it's running, and look at this. Okay, it just started. We are getting 98.72 mega hash. Here's the biggest difference. We're getting 47 degrees Celsius on the core, 72 on the memory. Of course, we just started. Oh, we're getting 99.6 now. 74 degrees Celsius on the memory. So this is definitely better than what we were getting, before, right? We were thermal throttling right away, 110 memory degrees Celsius. Now it's at 76 and still rising, but we're at 100 mega hash. This is awesome. But look at that, we're getting 100 continuously. Okay, so there's gonna be people saying, Red Panda, you just started, which is true. Yes, I just started only 2 minutes in now. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna let this go for another, I don't know, 10 minutes, and we'll just see what the temperatures are. So right now, it says it's at 76 degrees Celsius, 78 degrees Celsius. That I can't believe it. That is actually amazing. Okay, I'll be right back. We'll come back in like 10 minutes. Okay, it's been about 15 minutes now, and look at this. We're getting still 78 degrees Celsius. That was what we were at about 10 minutes ago. And we're still getting 100 mega hash. So we are not thermal throttling anymore on this MSI Ventus X3. Oh, guys, this is awesome. I am so incredibly happy with Kritical Thermal Pads. Thank you so much for this kit. This is awesome. I can highly recommend this. And actually, one thing I want to do before I keep talking about Kritical Pads is I am at 100% fan. So that's what I normally did on these 3080 non-LHRs because they were incredibly hot, right? So I want to do like, let's do 60% fan, and I want to see how much more the temperature will go up. Okay, so we're gonna drop down to 60, and we're gonna let that go. But I just wanted to touch on that I do have other 3080 non-LHRs which I need to thermal pad, and this is a MSI Trio, okay, MSI Gaming X Trio. Alright, this is not a Ventus X3 even though it kind of looks like it, but this is more of the higher end MSI, I guess, in terms of the cooler. And this one requires 3 8-pins versus the 2 8-pins, even though this is a 3080 as well, non-LHR. So I don't have one of those kits for the Gaming X Trio, but Kritical Pads, they also sent me a bunch of their like 1.25 mil thermal pads. They're 2.25 mil pads. They're 1 millimeter thermal pads, and they even have 0.75 mil thermal pads, okay? And then I have a bunch of their Asus TUF 3080s, which I have a bunch of Asus TUF 3080s. This is also for 3080 Ti as well. So I love it. These kits, that is incredible. This is incredible. It was very easy to install. I got a Gigabyte one here, which I need to do for another video. And yeah, that was, honestly, I have to say, my experience with doing this was pretty easy because they were all pre-cut. I guess the hardest thing for me, I'll just give some criticism, is that yes, okay, there is some work involved in terms of figuring out where each of the pieces are going to go. And some of the longer pieces, they were, you know, some of them were 3 mil sizes, some of them were 2 mil sizes. So you do kind of have to do it, like just look at it and just make sure they line up with the stock thermal pads, how we did it before, right? I had the stock pads on the cooler already, but then I just placed the new Kritical Pads on the PCB so that we could see the difference and make sure we're lined up properly amongst the other thermal pads. But basically that was it. We did get one extra. I don't know if I did this wrong or, you know, that kind of thing. But yeah, I have to say that this is definitely an awesome thermal pad replacement kit for graphics cards, guys. Go check them out. Link is down below. So now that we moved the fan speed back down to 60, you can see here the memory temp and also the GPU core temp has gone up to 65 to 88 degrees Celsius now. So yes, looks like we're hitting up 67 now and 88 degrees C on the memory, which is still amazing, even though the fan speed is at 60% now. So yeah, we're hitting up 67, 90 and still climbing, but we're still getting 100 mega hash. That is awesome. Well, I guess now that the fan speed is slower, right? And if I had this in a Octominer or like a server case, then I wouldn't have to rely on these fans as much. So that would help a lot if this is more so in a server case, so that all the airflow would go through. So, you know, like an Octominer, right? But in an open air like this, I mean 60% fan, and the ambient in here right now is, according to my temperature meter up there, 64 degrees Fahrenheit. 64 Fahrenheit, so it's pretty decently cold in here. It's not that hot. So even though the fan is at 60, I think it's kind of stopped at 90 degrees Celsius now. And the GPU core temp is at 68. So I bet if I run this maybe at like 70, that should be the perfect medium for this GPU. Alright guys, that's it for this video. That's all I wanted to do. Let me know your guys' thoughts on the Kritical Pad thermal pad kit. I think it's great, and you guys will see more videos of changing these in the future. Okay, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Have a good one, and peace out.